Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a super simple and glam Frankenstein girl, gal, whatever you want to call her. So I'm moisturizing and priming my face with the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base, and then I'm going to show you how I'm going to do my brows, and that is with my number 12 Anastasia Brow Brush and my dark brown dip brow. So my goal for these brows are to make them super straight and super dark, so instead of doing any kind of curve to them when I hit the arch, I just keep going straight out towards my temple, and I'm really just going to fill them in and create the shape on the top since there's actually no hairs there, and fill it in nice and dark. So when I do my brows, they actually look hella messy, so in order to continue to create that shape and clean them up, I use a nice little concealer brush and my Tarte Shape Tape, and this really helps me manipulate my brows into the shape that I want them to be. Using the darkest shade in the Brow Gal, I am going to just make sure that all the sparse areas are filled in and make sure they're nice and dark. Setting my eyes with some RCMA No Color Powder really well, I'm going to go in to the Jaclyn Morphe palette and pick up this mustard shade and this darker brown shade and fluff it into my crease and almost all the way up towards my brows. I had decided I was going to do a cut crease, so I'm also flicking it out on the ends. To bring in a little bit of purple, I'm using that darker purple shade from the Kat Von D Pastel Goth palette and just putting it a little bit lower in my crease. Then to really deepen it up, I'm going to go into this grape shade from the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm going to put it even lower and make sure it's nice and blended and flicked out on the edges, so that way I can clean it up with some Tarte Shape Tape and get a really nice cut crease. So to save some time, I'm going to hop off camera and do the other eye real quick and do a little wing with my Kat Von D Tattoo Liner and pop on some lashes. I ended up using my Bombshell Cosmetica Corset lashes, which I have fallen in love with, and then I go in with some NYX Total Control foundation, which is nice and pale and also provides good coverage without being too heavy. So I put that on and blended it out, and then concealed with my Tarte Shape Tape as always. For contour, I'm using my ABH6 foundation in the shade Shadow, which I have found blends beautifully over this foundation. It's like my new favorite combo, and I rave about it in every tutorial, I know, but there's literally no beating it. It's my favorite. Then going in with my RCMA No Color Powder, I'm going to make sure to set my face really well, which you want to do because we are going to be contouring with eyeshadow. So since I really want a nice blended look, obviously, if you don't set your face, there is a good chance that your shadows will be patchy and your contour will look muddy and strange. So for underneath my eyes, I'm going in with that purple and grape shade, and I'm just smudging it on my lower lash line, and then using my favorite Mary Kay mascara for my bottom lashes. So for my contour, I'm using this green shade from the Pastel Goth palette and a stipple brush, and I am going to really blend it on my cheekbones and make sure it's a nice intense contour. And I'm kind of bringing it rounded instead of down towards my mouth because I want a very feminine kind of cheekbone, if that makes sense. So I'm going to put it everywhere where I would normally contour or bronze, not forgetting my neck or my collarbones because you want to make sure that the whole look is very cohesive. I am also adding a little bit of the gray shadow from the Kat Von D Pastel Goth palette in with the contour around my collarbones, just to make sure that it's a nice, deep, and dark contour. So to contour my nose further, I'm going to take the green shade and start at the top where I'm going to focus most of the pigment and also flick it a little bit above my brows, and then bring it down lightly to the end of my nose and put a little bit of green on the tip to give the illusion of a nice button nose. So then taking my Anastasia Swish liner brush and my black Mehron body paint, I'm going to very carefully draw these stitches coming from the corners of my mouth, and I tried to make them as even as possible, but you know, you're Frankenstein, so go crazy, they don't have to be perfect. So I decided I also wanted one on my forehead, and then I ended up doing another one underneath my eye. And I also do some as kind of like sewn on boobs, but I kind of do it off camera, you can't really see, but you can tell in the pictures that I posted. So it's basically the same idea, you get the gist. And to put just a little bit of shadow around each stitch, I'm taking a really small brush and kind of like a light brown shade, I would say, and just kind of creating little indent shadows around each stitch. One of my stitches got a little bit messy around my mouth, so just make sure you go in with a light hand. I ended up fixing it before I took pictures because that's when I noticed it, so just be careful. So I used my Lucky Clover highlight from ABH, and now I am lining my lips with this Wet n Wild gel lip liner, and then a lighter purple shade from the ColourPop Ultra Matte Lip. I don't know what the shades are, but I will list them down below. And then I'm going to pop on my wig from Beshfen, and that is really all there is, guys. It's so easy. This should be super easy to recreate as well. And you can add anything you want, take away anything you want from this, and it's super fun. I hope you guys love it, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!